Hello and welcome back to a new and fresh episode of OC Alert. My name is Rido and let's get this series back on track. Graphics aren't the only thing we've changed around here. Now we're going to start off with actually some news, and then we're going to go into the scores, and finally the memes, and we're actually going to do a giveaway now for every episode. So let's just get started. And the first story here we actually have is quite serious. We've even interviewed some people just to make sure that we get all sides of the story, as well as provide the most accurate information. So let's get started about talking to what happened with OSU content. They let in a new staff member called Razorhead, and for some unknown reason at the time, he then went on a rage that day that he got access, and he deleted their most viewed videos and even uploading some pornography to their channel. His access to the channel was quite swiftly removed along with the videos that he uploaded, and the videos he deleted seemed to be deleted forever though. But other than that, the channel seemed to be back on track and started to upload some of their recent videos that were lost. Then a day or two later, and the entirety of the channel got deleted. Everyone assumes it was because of the pornography that was uploaded, which would have made sense if it weren't for the fact that those videos were only up for a few minutes and never even had time to be reported. Strato, the creator of OSU content, comes out with saying this: "Looks like your account was blocked for breaking Rule 5.1H, which corresponds to using robots, spider programs, and other automatic systems that increase your amount of views or subscribers." Now, this is where our research jumps in, because Strato says that this was the work of Razorhead, that Razorhead was the one that botted the OSU content account and then reported the channel. The interesting part about this is that when Razorhead went rogue and he wrote this everywhere, OSU contents are homies, they vote brigade on OSU game, and use dislike bots on other YouTube channels while bot-liking their own videos. Now hang on, because this may turn a bit boring as we're going to look at OSU content statistics on Social Blade and see if we find anything suspicious. These are the stats going back about 3 weeks before they got terminated. Now let's look at the allegations of them using sub-bots to gain subscribers. Now we have to keep one thing in mind, and that the potential random changes in the subs could be due to the giveaways that they had. So poised as Strato when they last had a giveaway, which he responded with saying it was the 27th of August in their OSU weekly video. Now if we look at the 27th of August, this seems to be all okay and makes sense. Then you can see that the 28th and 29th that they gain subscribers that you would usually earn from giveaways. Then on the 30th it's back to normal subs. Now also try keeping a look at the views to subscriber ratio. Let's start by looking at the ratio on the 10th of September. 124,000 views and 133 sub gains. That seems pretty normal. It's a day with some videos going viral, exploding, and they gain subs from that day. Now let's look back on the 5th and the 3rd of September. Same thing here. Around 90,000 views and around 87 sub gains. But if we now check the 31st of August, you see some unusual 36,000 views and 92 subscribers. That's around the same amount of subs a day with almost 1/3 of the views. You may say that there is a statistic missing and that Social Blade itself is what's making it look weird. And to a degree we can agree as well, but for comparison, here's the Circle People statistics. As you can see here, they're a lot more consistent with their views and ratios even when there's a big giveaway. Now we understand this isn't enough proof to say that anything is concrete, but we do urge everyone who are suspicious of both us and OSU content to go look at the Social Blade link in the description and check these stats themselves. I must say it does look a bit weird. Another question you guys may have is, oh, was that little proof enough for you to call him out this way? And oh no, things are gonna get a lot spicier. So do you guys remember Razorhead? Yeah, that guy. Everyone kept asking why he did it, so we thought, well, why not just ask him? So I went on this daring mission, and the only way we really knew how to contact him was through the Discord that he spammed the OSU content server with. So I sent him a friend request, and I just hoped for the best. To my surprise, the next day he actually accepted me, so I asked him if he could be okay with this interview, because I'm not a dick. And before we started talking about this, we have to say this guy's English isn't the best, but it's good enough to be fully understandable. And second, we have to remember that this guy did awful things by deleting all of those videos and uploading that pornography, so his reputation is only based on what he has done and what Strato has said of him. He started talking about why he wanted to be a part of OSU content. Now, this next screenshot looks like Strato is talking to himself, but that's not the case. Razorhead said that he deleted all of these messages due to the fact that he doesn't want Strato to track him down and potentially harm him. Now, you see, these are some very serious allegations. first off, vote manipulation on Reddit, both by getting people in a private channel to upvote their own posts, and using a botting website to downvote the competition. The last two messages Strato sent doesn't really seem to make sense without context, so Razorhead kind of fills us in with what he said. Unfortunately, there's no proof that Razorhead has said any of these things, but given the context of the conversation and how Strato actually responded, I think it's safe to say that with what Razorhead said was along the lines of what he actually said. So here you can see that Razorhead asked about the upvote bots and if they also use anything else for YouTube. Strato replies that they have to use bots, but only for subscribers and likes, never for comments or views, which would fit in with actually what we saw earlier with Social Blade. Now, most of you are probably ready in the comments writing about how easy it is to just inspect element on Discord and change to whatever liking that we could. And that's what we thought so too. Until this point, we didn't really believe that he could have hit us with such hard-hitting evidence so fast. So we asked him to take an IRL video of him logging into Discord, opening Strato's chat, and showing those messages, and also clicking on Strato's profile so we can see that the ID is matching up with Strato's actual Discord ID. And to our surprise, Razorhead did it, and the IDs match up. So here's the clip. Now, we also thought, oh, did they also do shady things on Reddit? Well, we aren't going to lie, but we've had our suspicions about that. But never really anything that proved it. But then, Poise went to the Osu game moderator cYsmix for a quick interview. The main question was, have you ever been suspicious of Osu content's activity on the subreddit? To which cYsmix responded that he had seen some weird things, one of them being when he posted a comment pointing out that one of their videos weren't watchable yet, and he got 40 downvotes on a comment that only had a few upvotes, relatively to the amount of downvotes he got. Then he also mentions how the vote patterns in general are weird as fuck. Poise ended with a simple question: would you be surprised if we had evidence supporting that they had bot and vote manipulated? And cYsmix replied with a concise no. Now, that is unfortunately all we have to say about this situation. We have to remember that all of this, of course, is only allegedly, as we do not have 100% proof of any of these things actually happening. So that's up for you viewers to decide. Now, Strato has since created a new channel called To The Beat, and will history repeat itself and we see these shady stats again? I don't know. After this video, more people will probably look out for those weird behaviors, so most likely not. Does people want to support these kind of behaviors Strato encourages? I can't really say for sure either, because as I mentioned before, that's really up to you viewers.
Okay, so now we're getting to the end of this long segment, and to end it off, if you ever seen Strato or anyone else in the Osu community do or say anything shady, if so, what? And please comment down below. Now on to more happy news. Rafis is now the player with the most 700 PP plays, at 10 plays all above 700 PP, and with all of that PP, he has taken number 2 rankings. And finally, we have a player starting to creep closer and closer to Cookiezi. Then continuing with the news about player achievements, Toy became the first player to acquire a total of 10 profile badges, when in one weekend he added 3 different badges to his collection, all 3 being first from the Vintage Tournament, then Dynamic Tournament, and lastly NAT 2017. Now going back to some sad news, but still on the track talking about player achievements, the player Konpaku achieved the great honorability of getting restricted on both his accounts. Right now it's believed that Konpaku allegedly was green NPC, and now both accounts are restricted. Such a shame. Next up, pack up your bags with cakes and candles because Osu has just turned 10 years old. Peppy to be the most seemingly happy about it. Now while we're on the topic of Peppy, he also said that he wants Osu Direct to be available for all users in the future, although not with all the features, which is understandable as he needs to get those Osu supporters donations somehow and have more features for them. And it does really seem like Peppy has been in an extra happy mood recently, as Namirin, our favorite Hime singer, just got added as an official Osu featured artist, so congrats to her. Now over to some news that are more personal and closer to our hearts. Circle People just passed Reese in subscribers, and then also passed the unbelievably large number of 40,000 subscribers. Now next up is that there's a player named Taxi, and he messaged support saying that he uses Gamma and he actually got restricted because of it. And for those who don't know, if you increase your Gamma, they could slightly lower the AR because it feels like it, but not really. But he created a post on OC Games subreddit talking about this, and it started enough discussion for Peppy to make an official statement saying that they don't restrict for gamma or other display settings because that's part of your monitor, which results in Taxi getting unrestricted again. Then next up we have a user by the name of G-, and he created a new subreddit called Best of OC, which is meant to be a place to find and share some of the best unranked maps the game has to offer. But not much is going to happen if there's no activity, so go check it out. I'll have a link in the description down below. The next news will mostly be related to people living in the Netherlands and around that area because user Caveboy is organizing a meetup there in the city of Eindhoven at a place called De Hanger. If you're interested in visiting, I strongly recommend checking it out as the forum post and the website will be linked down below. And our last piece of news for this episode is that the user Vostek Sisters on Reddit has created a website called OC Watch, which lets you input your name and then it will show you both the scores you complete and the fail in real time with all the statistics of how many misses the act you got and if you completed it, what PP it is worth or what it would be worth. So pretty cool if I do say so myself. And that is all for the news for this episode, so let's move over to the scores. Now, we're starting off with GN's FC on the map Blind Stare Shotgun Symphony, a map that hasn't been FC'd in over 8 years, and this is finally the first FC. So here's part of the replay. And being the first to FC that map, he actually got the title Champion Above Champions put on his profile, so a very well deserved in my opinion. Then next up we got Rafis with an FC on Namirin's Yasa Shisa no Ryu on the happiness difficulty, gaining him a wonderful 720 PP. After that we have two scores that we couldn't really decide which one to pick, so we just took both. They're both scores on Taiko's Mineria on the Virtuoso diff. The first play is by U68 with the hidden and double time where he actually manages to FC it and gets 792 PP. The other play is by Shinchikuhome with DT, and we also chose to give him this one because of his outstanding accuracy with only 10 hundreds and 1 miss, giving him 706 PP. So here are both plays back to back. Now back to standard with some WubWoofWolf plays. He played Dragon Force's Symphony of the Night on the Legend difficulty with Hidden Hard Rock, giving him some well-earned 671 PP. So here's a clip with some distorted audio of that for copyright purposes. Then going back to Rafis as he did the Honeyworks Akatsuki on the Taeyang's Extra difficulty with hidden double time, earning him 711 PP. Now to be inclusive of all modes, we have ExGon with his Catch the Beat version of 9mm Parabellum's Bullet Inferno with double time and getting an amazing SS, gaining him 1014 PP. So here's a video of that too. Next up, we're going a bit old school with Neliel's, amazingly enough, getting a no mod FC on Hatsune Miku's Atama no Taisu on the no guard difficulty. So here's a video of that. And you might be getting a little bit tired of seeing so many scores of him on this episode, but he just gone absolutely ham lately. And next score is also from Rafis, being the first person to pass a Full Moon's Night Camellia difficulty with a tablet. And next up, this is the one and only score by Cookiezi on this episode. It is a pass on Blackie AO with Hidden Hard Rock, making this into a 9.63 star pass. Then we have a 700 PP score from a very surprising player on a very surprising map. Kablaze with a Hidden Hard Rock on DJ Taka Quaver, Crescendo difficulty, getting 2 misses and earning him 700 PP. And just when we thought we were done with 700 PP plays, another big play happens right as we're actually working on this episode. Itki just got the highest no-mod PP score ever on Baby Metal's Rotor Resistance on Crimson Rebellion difficulty, giving him a total of 718 PP.
Holy fuck! $700 fucking no more PP! Fuck me!
And at last, the scores have just been some show off of the Godmodes that have been happening, as there have been happening so many in such a short amount of time. And as always, per usual, I would usually end the episode with just memes, but please stay tuned afterwards as we're doing a giveaway for a total value of $100.
That rhythm.
Now, as a joint celebration of us finally coming back with OC Alert and Circle People reaching 4,000 subscribers, we will have a $100 giveaway. Now, giveaways won't be a one-time thing on OC Alert, as we decided that we will have one every episode. Although this amount will be limited to special occasions and other episodes will be giving away a little bit less, but hopefully that's okay. Now, the actual giveaway, just click the Gleam.io link in the description and enter in as many ways as you could feel comfortable doing. The giveaway will end next week midnight on Sunday UTC+1, and the winners will be contacted as soon as they're drawn. If you don't reply in 24 hours, we will redraw to you. So please, if you entered, make sure to check your email inboxes next Monday. That's all from us this episode. We're very happy to be back and see you guys next week.